Hey everybody, I'm live, and if you watched the Warriors game the night before last, you saw an unfortunate scene. Well, a number of unfortunate scenes where Draymond Green was really upset, or he played like he was wild, crazy, whatever you want to call it, angry, whatever, and came very close to being suspended. It was not a good look. Even Steve Kerr, the coach of the Warriors, looked like he was almost at a loss as to what to do rather than sort of let fate take its own hands to a degree. And Steph Curry went out and, consoled him and said, hey, you know what? Um, and so later, it's turned out that uh, Draymond had went on an agenda. He went off to the media, and you may have seen it. He says, I'm not an angry black man. And he was upset with what he asserts is an agenda against him. And he said, and what happened was that Draymond was fouled by Minnesota's Naz Reid, you may remember, while holding the ball with 8 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the second quarter of the Timberwolves game that they won eventually 117-93 Thursday night at the Target Center. And after being fouled, Draymond flailed his left arm at Reid's head, and Reid fell to the floor. Reid was called for the personal foul, but Draymond was assessed a dead ball technical foul after review. He's too technical short of receiving an automatic one-game suspension. Draymond Green can also draw a one-game suspension if he receives two more flagrant personal foul points, rather. After the game, however, Green gave a quick statement to reporters saying he believes there is an agenda against him. He didn't elaborate. Look like the angry black man, Green said to reporters in the visitor locker room. I'm not an angry black man. I'm a very successful, educated black man with a great family, and I'm great at basketball and great at what I do. The agenda is to try to keep making me look like an angry black man. It's crazy. I'm sick of it. It's ridiculous. And then this is something that I didn't know until now, folks. Adding to Green's night was a fan who was ejected for directing a racial slur at Draymond Green. Warriors security confirmed the action. Green was on a stationary bike in the tunnel near the Warriors bench in the fourth quarter when he had a back and forth with a fan. Authorities escorted the fan out of the arena. The Timberwolves released a statement Friday saying one fan was ejected for violating the NBA fan code of conduct, and that a second fan was identified by surrounding patrons as, quote, making racially charged comments toward Green. But the Timberwolves said that that individual left on his own before security could confirm his identity. The organization said it is investigating and that additional action may be taken. The Timberwolves and Target Center are firmly committed to fostering an inclusive, respectful, and a safe environment for all, the Timberwolves said. Racist, hateful, or threatening behavior has no place at our games, in our community, and will not be tolerated under any circumstances. Warriors forward Jimmy Butler said he agrees that Green's reputation often leads to calls going against him, but said that he isn't worried about Draymond Green drawing a suspension later in the postseason. No, I think he knows, Butler said. We all know. I thought he got fouled and was maybe trying to sell the call. Someone got hit, but it's crazy. Every time he does something, it's always a review and always ends up being something of that nature. With Steph Curry out at least through game 4 because of a strained left hamstring, Butler said the Warriors need Green to lead and stay poised. He knows how much we need him now more than ever, Butler said. So I don't think he gets to 7 technical fouls. After Green was assessed his latest technical foul after review, Draymond Green got up from the bench and yelled at officials. Curry walked over to half court to try and calm Green down. Warriors coach Steve Kerr then opted to sub Butler for Green, and Butler pulled Green away to keep him from continuing to argue with the refs. And then He said, I could see he got pretty upset, Steve Kerr said, and I didn't want him to get another technical foul, so I took him out at that point, and I know he's just going to have to be careful now that he's 2 techs away. He's going to have to stay composed. Obviously, we need him, and I'm confident he will be because he knows the circumstances. In Game 6 of the first round against the Houston Rockets, Green committed a flagrant foul, one in just over 3 minutes, and a 115-107 loss. Green said he was embarrassed by his lack of composure in that loss, saying that he pouted and set a poor tone for his team that night at Chase Center. Green said he recentered himself in the 48 hours between Game 6 and 7, and by having heart-to-heart talks with loved ones such as his wife, Hazel Renee, his Michigan State coach, Tom Izzo, and friends such as former Spartans teammate, Travis Walton. Green also said he meditated and went to the spa, relying on methods he learned to calm himself after going through hours of therapy, counseling, and check-in calls with NBA executives following his indefinite suspension for putting Rudy Gobert in a chokehold and striking Nusif Jurkic in the face a season ago. At a team meeting that Green, Curry, and Butler organized at the team's suburban hotel in Houston the night before Game 7 on Saturday, Green vowed to his teammates that he would maintain his composure and poise and lead the right way in the first round finale. Kerr also had a long talk with Draymond Green in the morning shoot-around before Game 7. Green set the tone for the Warriors in that 103-89 win. With his defense and all-around play, he had 16 points, 5 assists, 2 blocks, and 6 rebounds. He also kept his composure when he got a technical foul late in the quarter after Fred VanVleet fouled him. But Green flailed his arms out at the Houston point guard. Officials gave Green a technical after a review, and assistant coaches and teammates calmed Green down on the Warriors bench. It was a play similar to the one with Green on Thursday night against the Wolves. It's just a habit he has when somebody fouls him, and he's smart, Kerr said. So I think it was reached on the reach. Draymond kind of swiped through and drew the foul. But he does have a habit of sort of flailing his arms to try to make sure the refs see it, and he made contact, and that's what led to the technical foul. When Green took to the court at halftime for warm-ups, he continued to talk to head coach official Tony Brothers. In the second half, Green was not called for a foul as Minnesota pulled away. It is part of Draymond, Kerr said. It's the same thing that makes him such a competitor and a winner. It puts him over the top sometimes, and we know it's our job to help him stay poised and stay composed. But the competition is so meaningful to him that occasionally he goes over the line. Before Game 2, Green played his best basketball of the season and kept his vow to lead with a composure in the previous 2 Warrior wins in Game 7 against Houston and in Game 1 against Minnesota. But now Green must stay out of trouble with referees and for the rest of this series as he gets closer to an automatic 1-game suspension if he hits the technical foul or flagrant 12-point limit. And that's why, folks, I thought all that, but then I saw this right here. Yeah, this is on Twitter. And this is actually a camera shot of the fan yelling at Draymond, okay? And look how close the fan was to him. All right, look at this. I'm going to play it right now. There's Draymond. Listen. Okay? And Draymond is right. There's this fence. There's a little kid. There's another fan past the kid that you can't see. And Draymond's yelling at him, but Draymond's on the bike. All right? And somebody tapping Draymond on the back as if to say, hey, take it easy. And the security guard right there comes over to the man. You can't see him on the left. But comes over to him and basically is telling him to stop. And I believe that's what led to the ejection, okay? My point is this. Fans have to leave players alone. And you've got to stop this idea, and I'm saying this straight out, folks. Racism is a mental illness. If you have that problem, shrink. And also, go to church, get to know the Lord Jesus Christ, get to know your spiritual center, and become a better person. But that kind of situation is such that you don't need to be involved in it as a fan. You've got a life where there's nothing better to do than get involved in that. Please find something better to do because it's going to get you into a lot of trouble, including jail time. Racism is not accepted in this society, regardless of what anyone says, and you can be in a position where you screw up your life for the rest of your life, okay, unless you get it under control. So go to church, folks. Now, as far as Draymond is not an angry black man. Draymond is a crazy rich black man. He is also a venture capitalist who has invested in a number of startups in the Bay Area. Draymond is a very active member of Bay Area society who's made a lot of people's lives much better. And we all have a lot of love for the great Draymond Green. So when you see the movie Crazy Rich Black Guy, you will know who came up with the idea. Yours truly. All right. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube, the Vlog Report with Zenny62, and bookmark ZennyReport.com. That ends the stream.